Prof, you see, the president's speech, which you also mentioned in your piece.
Yes, I did.
You commended him for also seeing reasons with the protesters and also saying that he feels their pain.
Absolutely.
And went further to say, what are we supposed to do? Because hunger knows nobody.
Absolutely.
But let's look at what is going on now. These protesters are already addressing the press conference, addressing journalists, that they are returning to the streets.
Absolutely.
What do you think is responsible for that? Even despite the president's appeal, they still want to go to the street?
point is that societies, is an aggregate of combustible social forces. These forces are tempered down because of the way the society's head is seen, palpable, when people are happy, when people are contented, when there's poverty.
Welcome to Anoma Fanpage TV. If this is the first time you come across this page, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us, leave your comment down below. In this channel, we talk about government. If government do well, we'll come here, we praise them, we give them thumbs up. But if they still do anyhow, we go still come here, come criticize them. You understand? We have the right to criticize our government when they are doing well, and we have the right to praise them, to give them thumbs up why they are not doing well. Today we are talking about the changes Nigeria need recently. The way when inflation, everything is upside down. Nobody can afford 3 square meals in a day, which is very bad for a government like this in this 21st century. So some things are happening. So people are beginning to ask questions. Why are we here? Why are we still where we are right now? That is the question. And again, the need of the people. Not too long here, there was a protest, and the people now don't they give interview to some journalists and all that, say they are coming back to the street again. Because why? Their demand, government never get to their demand up to now. You understand? So one thing is to request, another one is to provide your request. So I want to leave this video for you guys. You watch. As you watch, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, support what they do for here, and leave your comment down below. It's very important. Tell us what you think about the video. I just want to leave for you, so make you hear what people still they talk concerning what is happening in Nigeria, because as we speak now, nothing is working, everything is standstill. You understand? People still they concerned because we don't have any other country except that one. So we all, and make I tell you this thing now for free. If you are a citizen of Nigeria, you call yourself a man. At this point, when Nigeria day, they talk, they say anything. I'm sorry for you. You better remain silent. You understand? Remain silent like that. Because person house they catch fire, then the person go they pursue rat. You understand? You have to face things the way they are. Maybe you get where you rely on. People like us, we don't have any other country except Nigeria. That is where we come from. So I will leave this video for you. We will see in other side. Okay? As you watch, please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comment down below. I will see you again. Thank you.
Presidency. Prof, you see, the president's speech, which you also mentioned in your piece.
Yes, I did.
You commended him for also seeing reasons with the protesters and also saying that he feels their pain.
Absolutely.
And went further to say, what are we supposed to do? Because hunger knows nobody.
Absolutely.
But let's look at what is going on now. These protesters are already addressing the press conference, addressing journalists, that they are returning to the streets.
Absolutely.
What do you think is responsible for that? Even despite the president's appeal, they still want to go to the street?
point is that societies, is an aggregate of combustible social forces. These forces are tempered down because of the way the society's head is seen, palpable, when people are happy, when people are contented, when this poverty is reduced and hunger is diminished, when human infrastructure is built up in education, in health, in housing, in public works, therefore increasing and expanding and strengthening human security. These social forces will be constrained to behave properly. But when a society is racked by insecurity, almost unremitting insecurity, abductions, kidnappings, terror attacks everywhere, hunger, poverty, scarcity of petroleum products, these forces are unleashed. And when they are unleashed, they behave in an anarchic manner because they have no direction. So what a president will do, and what he does is a consequence of the advice he receives. He can't know it all. No president ever anywhere in the world, no matter how sharp you are. The quality of the advice given you will inform your performance either at a rhetorical level of verbal conversation like he did, or in practical policy implementation. What he did is on the basis of what was presented to him by the people who are around him. The speech didn't contain 3 key elements. There was no presidential proclamation. I hereby proclaim 1, 2, 3, 4 proclamations that are clear, precise, and direct. There are no convening orders. That means I convene. Ultimately, a meeting of Council of State was convened, but it wasn't even contained in the speech. I convened a meeting of the leading political figures in this country. I convened a meeting of leading civil society figures in this country. I convened a meeting of interfaith groups with precise agenda. And then the third one is presidential directives. I hereby direct 1, 2, 3 in those critical areas that the people will listen and said, Mr. President really is speaking to us and to our heart. So he made a good point, but the speech is actually policy laden, almost 34 paragraphs of policy orientation. The idea is that he seems to have abandoned the political space in favor of policies. That means if I get the policies right and improve the life of the people, the living standard of the people, I don't care for politics and politicians. That is a wrong way to approach governance. If you don't get the politics right, you can never get the economics right. Therefore, no matter the policies you unleash, the formulation, the prescriptions, and the trajectories of these policies, if there are rumbles at the political space, what I call the political state, that political state has a very important center. That center is absent now. There's no elite consensus, almost as if everybody is on their own. The PDP, led by the last presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, is rioting politically. They are not happy. P2B of Labour Party can see that there's no inclusion. So what the president needs to do is to create amity and sense of conviviality among the political class. Obasanjo did it in 1999 when he set up the Inter-Party Office. Yar'Adua did it in 2007 when he set up the Office of Special Advisor on Civil Society Relations. So when there's no clearing house or clearing houses where people will go and ventilate their problems in a manner that gets to the ear of the president, they are left completely on their own. In essence, beyond the practical necessity of reducing hunger and poverty, beyond the practical necessity of ensuring that petroleum products are available once more, because already within Abuja, I don't know whether you have that experience, you don't find the petroleum product in filling stations, along the highway, even in front of the police command. Black marketers are selling it in gallons and jerry cans at 1,200 naira, 1,000 a liter.
Per liter.
In the context in which poverty has diminished the people and their living standard and purchasing power, you cannot sermonize by verbal rhetorical device to say, it is okay, I hear you. It's important to engage. I'm happy that it recognizes that. But it's equally vital that in engaging, there must be practical implications of that engagement. On the final note, I will give an example across the states because it's already in public domain. Take the governor of Bauchi State, for example, Bala Mohammed. He put in place a robust mechanism to contain the strike. His secretary of government made a speech, warning people not to step out. On the day they stepped out, the governor was forced to address them and say, I didn't know. We knew things are bad. We didn't know the depth of the badness. It's part of the measures we put in place to stem this tide. The tide broke free. Therefore, Mr. President, the people are hurting. We are hurting. I'm hurting. The people are hurting. That means we, the political leaders, must be responsible enough to understand that the times are bad.
Okay, Prof, you talked about abandoning the political space, and in your own piece, you advised that the president should call the leaders of these various political groups
Yes.
to a meeting.
It's a necessity. The president is the father of the nation.
Yes.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
He's not the president of APC.
Okay, but let me go to the outcome of the 2023 presidential election.
Okay.
After the election, people were not happy. These political groups that you're talking about, their leaders were not happy and they spoke out.
Sure.
Do you think if the president decides to say, let us have a meeting, because Nigeria is our country, it doesn't belong to one political party.
Individual or one political
Yes,
faction.
it's for everybody.
Absolutely.
So let's see how we can resolve this challenges. Do you think that these political leaders will yield to the president's call?
Now, they say the taste of the pudding is in the
It's in the eating.
Obasanjo had 62% of the vote in 1999. That means he had almost an absolute mandate to govern. But he knew where we're coming from. This bitter contestation for power between the several democratic forces and the military junta, the death of Abacha and the death of Abiola. Nigeria was on cliff's edge. So then Salami Abubakar came, calmed down the country, did a short transition. Obasanjo was one. He said, I can't do it alone. Even though we as AD and APP combined, Falayi and Shekafi Ticket went to court. I was the founding secretary of the party of Alliance for Democracy. I was the secretary of the AD and APP Alliance Committee. I was the secretary of the summit of the two political parties. I know the story. When we went to court, we couldn't go to the Supreme Court because we said the military could misread the signals that politicians are not ready to govern. Let us stop at the appeal court. And the president responded in kind and said, we need to bring everybody together in order to rebuild the country and re-engineer a new ethos. And he did that by setting up this inter-party office, by convening a political reform, constitutional reform conference on the three parties in 1999, before the one he did in 2004 or 5. And then getting the chairman of APP, his opposition party guy, to be this special advisor of that inter-party office, almost a cabinet rank position and access to him. He becomes his ear on the political wall. There'll be contestations of ideas. There'll be policy differences. There'll be battle down the line. But he needs some measure of calmness and amity in order to direct the country aright. So, 62% in 2023. We are close to 230 million Nigerians. 93 million registered with INEC. 26% of 93 million voted in that election. Counting those who double voted, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
Then Bola Tinubu had 36% of 26% of 93 million. That's not a mandate. That means you have won in a way, but you have no mandate really to govern, except you bring others on board. And whether they are rebelling, you must be seen to aggressively pursue them, to say, we need to sit down with Atiku Abubakar of PDP. Sit down with me, P2B of Labour Party, one was of NPP. And some other forces within the political terrain. Bring in the chairman of these leading political parties. Bring in the Governors Forum, both the National Governors Forum and then the PDP Governors Forum chairman. Then bring in the NAS leadership. You are the president. You have what is called the boldly pulpit. That means the power of that institution, called the presidency, is so massive that they have known and unknown channels and sources of getting their contact, what they call informal access. If you do that and people really believe you reach that genuinely and they're not prepared to engage you, then they mean they're just playing terrible politics. But I don't think that has been done.
Okay, but
Welcome back, my people. Welcome back. You have watched it. Basically, this is not the first time protesters are protesting in Nigeria. Yeah, there was NSAS protesters, you know, and no say their demand, nobody listened to them up to today. Nobody answer. You understand? Before this protest come around now. You don't understand me? When NSAS was going on, the leader of the NSAS meet government for negotiation. The question is this: you know, if you meet government when they say that they are not ready to negotiate with you. You understand? That energy now, where they tell you, if they tell you say Nigeria gets security like this, where they mobilize, you go agree? If they tell you say this protest, say Nigeria can mobilize 4,000 men, 4,000 policemen, when go quench protest, you go agree say Nigeria. What if we arrange all this, mobilize all these men, go pursue insecurity when we get, now when they worry us all these years? Nobody will do that. You understand? But when protests come, you see where our government, they mobilize 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Make I tell you, anemia was adopted. They buy this emir. Even announcer say they don't kill him. Country won't get government. You dey feel me? Please, as you watch, don't forget to share. Follow this page for more updates like this. Don't forget to leave your comment down below and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay? Thank you as you do so. We'll go see in another video. Remain blessed. Don't fight. Thank you.